All right, sup guys, welcome back to the channel, Too Easy Sports Betting. I'm Trice Too Easy, guys. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. If you've been here, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment on the video. It helps me and my channel a lot. And lastly, if you'd like to join my sports betting community, it's one of the best sports betting Discord servers there is. It'll be in the pinned comment and in the description of my video. Okay, so I was on the wrong screen. That's yesterday's review. I guess we'll just start there. We're going to review yesterday, then we'll go over the player props that I have for the NFL slate week 15, and then we'll go over each game. I'll tell you guys my leans, my plays, show you guys my final plays, my parlays, and I'm going to get you out of here with a bag. Thank God it's another Sunday coming up. Thank God. Every Sunday. Football, I have been undefeated. I mean, I'm up so many. Football has been so good. It basically is paying for all the losses we're taking on the NBA. So we've been hitting big parlays every football weekend and just killing the slate as well. So gonna hopefully continue to do that. Football and baseball have been so good to me. I gotta get this damn basketball thing figured out. I'm gonna keep talking about it. We did go up a little bit yesterday, so it's a trend in the right direction. Let's start reviewing it. So when I believe it was 5 wins, 6 losses, but we hit a pretty big parlay. So Benedict on the Pacers under his 24.5, we hit that. The Lakers and the Timberwolves over did not even come close. Bad read, I'll admit it. It was just a terrible read. Without LeBron, I thought they'd do better. Bad read. Hornets and the Bulls minus 5.5. They did cover. That was of course. Kobe White did not have a game at all. Didn't come close to 28 PRA, so missed that. Nets could not keep it within 12 of the Grizzlies. Dennis Schroeder did go under his 30 PRA, so that's good. Suns and the Jazz. Suns cleared their 8. Spurs lost by, they were up, then they blew it at the very end, then they win by 2. It's very frustrating. But the parlay, Mike Conley with 6 assists, Kevin Durant with 5 assists, 875. And we checked that no sweat at halftime of the Suns game, so that felt good. The other 2 parlays missed. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a good day. We go up almost a full unit. Look, at this point, I'll take scraps from NBA. As long as I'm not losing, I feel good. So to go up almost a unit yesterday feels good. It's a trend in the right direction. The PRAs are a lot easier to read, I think, and we read the slates pretty good as well. So hopefully we can continue that. All right, let's get into the player props for NFL Week 15. Before I do, sponsor my video, Bet Any Sports, guys, talk about them a lot. If you are in a state where you can't bet parlays, player props, or you can't sports bet at all, you can log on to Bet Any Sports, use my link, you'll get a 60% deposit match. And you can start betting parlays, player props anywhere. Doesn't matter where you are. And they'll let you parlay anything you'd like. And it's just like having FanDuel or ESPN bet. So come tap in if you need a sports book, an offshore sports book where you can bet, if it's not allowed, if you're banned from the sports book or whatever your situation is. Okay, first prop I'm on, guys. Jameis Winston over 249.5 passing yards. So Jameis Winston has had a tough schedule. Played the Ravens, the Chargers, the Saints, whose defense is underrated. Then he played the Steelers. Then he played the Broncos. Then he played the Steelers again. He's had a very rough schedule. This will be one of the easiest pass defense he's versed in the Chiefs. The Chiefs passing defense is terrible. And the schemes they run versus Jameis Winston, this is a bad matchup for them Chiefs. Do I think the Chiefs win? Of course. But would I be surprised if the Browns upset them? I would not. And I think Jameis Winston's going to have a big day. He's shown out. He showed out quite a bit versus these really good teams. One of the Pittsburgh game was in the snow. The next one, the weather was kind of tough too. But I mean, in good weather versus a good team, I think Jameis Winston performs. 250 is no problem for him to hit. You've seen him go over 303 times. So he's hit, then miss, hit, then miss, hit, then miss. Why not hit again? So I'm on Jameis Winston over 250 passing yards. Next, Jaden Daniels. 225 is way too low. Way too low. The Saints have one of the worst pass defenses in the league. Now they get a lot of interceptions, so their it's not their pass defense is terrible, but they give up a lot of yards. Jaden Daniels should pass all over them. I expect him and Terry McLaurin to have a great day together. But yeah, 225 is just way too low versus weak ass Saints defense. The Commanders aren't going to be running too much. I think it's going to be aired out by Jaden. They're going to run the score up. So give me Jaden Daniels over 225. It's just too low for him to be such a good quarterback. He's hit it 54% of the time this year too. I know he's been a little lower on the passing yards lately, but Giants have a great pass defense. Steelers have a great pass defense. Phillies have a great pass defense. Titans have a great pass defense. Versus the Bears and the Dallas Cowboys, who are trash, he still went over 225. Next, Aaron Rodgers. I can't even fucking fathom putting money on a Jets player. But the Jags have the absolute worst pass defense in the league. No way I'm going to pass up Aaron Rodgers at 225 coming off a 300-plus yard game. versus this god-awful pass defense of the Jags. Jags are so terrible. Aaron Rodgers, I think, actually pops off. Probably goes for 300. So at 225, what a free bet. This is probably the best play of the day. I'm all over it. Rushing, Alvin Kamara. Now, I am a little worried because last week he was supposed to cook versus them Giants, and he looked terrible. They couldn't get any push. They couldn't get any runs going. That said, the Commanders' running defense is god-awful. It's 28th in the league, guys. It's very, very bad. So I do expect him to have a decent day. And as you can tell, they got a tackle out. So I think Alvin Kamara rushes for 90 to 100 yards. He could use a big game. He started off really hot and he's gotten kind of cold. A couple big ones here and there, but he needs a big game. Everyone thought he was going to kill the Giants, who are 29th. Now he's versus the 28th. I don't think he does bad versus back-to-back bad rushing defenses. So because of that, give me Alvin Kamara over 70 rushing yards. I think it's a good bet. Next, Chuba Hubbard. Guys, he's been a great moneymaker for us. And two and now the third backup running back are injured and questionable. He may get every fucking snap. He might get 100% of the workload. And he is versus 30th in yards allowed versus the running back. He's versus the 20th. Yeah, guys, the Cowboys running defense is terrible. You guys just saw the Bengals with Chase Brown go nuts versus them. So yeah, Chuba Hubbard is one of the best running backs in the league right now. And the Panthers are they get a lot of push off the line. I don't see the Cowboys stopping him. I think he goes for 90 to 100. So over 79.5 to me, great bet, especially when he's going to be getting almost the whole workload. Next. Okay, let me send this. Next, Rico Dowdle, rushing yards. Guys, 86, 112, 131. He's only getting better. Now, he was versus the 28th in the league versus the run, the 29th in the league versus the run, and the 23rd versus the run. So he's been versus 3 shit running defenses. We know the Cowboys ain't passing the ball very well. And versus 3 bad running defense, he went 86, 112, and 131. Well, now enter the worst running defense in the league, 32nd in football. They are the very worst run defense in all of football. And Rico Dowdle is on a fucking tear, going for 86, 112, and 131. This is my second favorite play along with Aaron Rodgers, is Rico Dowdle to go over 80 yards. It's so free. I mean, I don't see it. How can he not hit 80 versus the Panthers? I'd be shocked. So Rico Dowdle over 80 rushing yards, lock it. Receiving, I'm on Terry McLaurin for them Commanders. Guys, he is a big play fucking machine. And he is versus the team who is 28th in the league versus passing in the Saints. The Saints' pass defense is just really not good. Like I said, they get a lot of interceptions, but they give up tons of big plays. Such a good spot. You're getting him at 70. Take him 80, 90, 100, ladder it up. Terry McLaurin pops off, catches it. I would not be surprised if he is the receiving yards leader. Just how they play versus this Saints defense, who is terrible, versus big plays, and Terry McLaurin just makes big play after big play. You see all these 100-yard games. I don't think there's any world where he doesn't pop off. And last, my guy, CeeDee Lamb, 93 versus Houston, 93 versus the Bengals. Here we go. Now, the Commanders' pass defense is solid, and the Giants' pass defense is solid. So I understand why he didn't do well. Bengals' pass defense, awful. You see they're 4th and 6th. But versus the Texans, he did all right, and then versus the Bengals, he did great. So because of that, now he's up against the Panthers. Yards allowed, they're not great, but their pass defense is not good. I think CeeDee Lamb can get in here and go for probably 90 yards. I think he has a great game. So 70 for me is too low. I'm on CeeDee Lamb over 70.5, especially with how he's been looking. He's looking really good. And I don't think Panthers have anybody who can stop him. Okay, guys, that's the props. Get into the slate and review each game, and I'm going to get y'all out of here. First game, Bengals and the Titans. Guys, it would be very easy to overthink this game. Very easy to just be like, I'm on the Titans. And I would understand because the Bengals defense has struggled and things of that nature. And like, I get it. And the Titans have had some competitive games. I understand that. Guys, that said, just don't overthink this one. I'm on the Bengals by 6. You can get it -5 even now. I'm not going to take the Titans to beat the Bengals. Should just have a heyday. And the Titans defense is good. Doesn't matter. Good teams have blew them out, and Burrow passes on anybody. The Bengals offense, I just don't even think the Titans can It's a bad matchup for the Bengals. I just think the Bengals are way too talented. I'm not going to overthink this. The Bengals are too good to not beat the Titans. I'm on the Bengals. But I may take the Titans on like a underdog parlay just in case. Next, Chiefs and Browns. I'm on the Browns team total over 18.5. Too low. The Chiefs have a terrible pass defense, and the Chiefs are in a lot of competitive games, and their defense gives up a lot of points. They just find ways to win. Browns team total over 18.5? Yeah. All over that. 100%. I love this play. One of my favorite straight plays of the day. Browns team total at 18.5, guys. Jameis Winston's been doing his thing. The Browns have been finding the end zone. It's 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. You know, like it's not too crazy to think that they can do this on the Chiefs. So Browns team total 18.5. I'm on. Ravens and the Giants, guys. Believe it or not, I had to fade this. And the reason why, I was going to just lay 16 with the Ravens, but the Giants have a really good pass defense. Their run defense sucks, but you saw that they shut down Kamara really well. They handled his running great, and they're supposed to be, and he's really good, and they're good versus the bad run defenses. So I worry that maybe they lock the run up, and I think they can stop the pass. We've already seen them do that versus great passing teams. So because of that, I don't know if the Ravens can beat them by 16. We know the Giants can't score for shit, but the Ravens' pass defense is also terrible, so maybe they do move the ball. I would probably lean Giants at plus 16 if I had to pick a side here. So because of that, I'm just fading because there's no way I'm putting my hard-earned US dollars on the fucking Giants. I'm done with them. Commanders and the Saints. Commanders team total over 26.5, guys. Absolute shootout. I think the Commanders do anything they want, and the Saints can never stop them. So, I do think the Saints could even cover the spread. It's the spread is at plus 7.5. I do think the Saints could cover that, but I also think the Commanders could cover it laying. I think it could go either way. So I just want to bet the Commanders to score a bunch of points on an awful Saints defense, and they're susceptible to big plays with Terry McLaurin. It's going to be a huge day for Jaden Daniels, huge day for Terry. Give me the Commanders over 26.5 on their team total. Guys, and I do want to say this is one of the hardest NFL slates to cap that we've had all year because there's so many teams that are so close in skill. Chiefs and Browns, I couldn't pick a side because of the reasons I stated. Commanders and Saints, very even in skill. Very hard to pick a side here. The Commanders are better. They're 8-5. The Saints are 5-8. And the Saints have had some good-looking games recently with that new coach. That's a good matchup. Ravens and Giants is a good matchup. Cowboys and Panthers. Who's better in this game? How can you pick a side here? I can't. Panthers, I think, actually probably win, but you got to lay 3 points with them. Fuck no. Can't pick it. I got to fade it. Dolphins and the Texans. Guys, again, like, who's the better team here? Both these teams are so even. You got to lay 3 with the Texans, but the Texans haven't looked that damn great. The Dolphins have actually looked pretty good, but they've had a couple shaky games as well. I think these teams are so even in skill. Jets and the Jags. I mean, are you going to lay more than a field goal with this Jets team? I know I'm not. Are you? And you would think like this is, you would think it's free. Like, okay, I'll just lay minus 3.5 with the Jags, with the Jets. They're just better. But like, how can you, as a grown person who cares about your money and watches sports, possibly want to put your US dollars on the Jets? Like, I need you to tell me in the comments how you can feel good about putting money on the Jets versus anyone. I can't. I have to fade. Plus, the line being only 3.5 is scary as shit because they're giving you plus money at 3.5. It's like the books are begging you to take this Jets team, begging you to give you even money by 4 points. They're basically saying, please bet these fucking Jets. Please give us your money. Look, it's even. It's fair. Take it. No way I'm betting that. Bucks and the Chargers. Again, completely even in skill. How do you cap this? Even. Then you get the Bucks and the Chargers. Who the fuck wins this game? There's no way you can cap this. All these fucking 3-point games, it's basically coin flips with home field advantage. Like even the books think these teams are dead even. Bucks and Chargers, I don't know how to cap this. Should be high scoring, should be interesting, should be fun. If McConkey's back, he should have a good day. Is he back? Let me see if Lab McConkey's back in real quick. I think he will be. He is. He should have a huge day, but damn, they got his line at 80, so you can't even really get no wiggle room there. Yeah, I think it's high scoring, but too even to cap. I can't pick a side. And I don't even know about team totals with the way these teams have played. I just got to stay away from it. Steelers and the Eagles. Like, guys, this slate is so ridiculous. Steelers and Eagles. Who do you pick here? You gonna lay... How can you possibly lay 6 points with the Eagles? They're 11-2. The Steelers are 10-3. Both these teams are competitors. Both these teams are playing great football. The Steelers keep getting better. And if I'm not mistaken, aren't the Eagles coming off a rough upset? The Eagles, that was 2 weeks ago versus the Rams. They lost. They beat the Panthers only by 4. I'm sorry, by 6. They beat the Panthers by 6. They beat the Ravens by 5. And then they beat the Rams. So they've had 2 very, very close games, guys. They barely beat the Jags, beat them by 5. Beat the Ravens by 5. And beat the Panthers by 6. And now they're versus the Steelers. I think this is where the Eagles take a loss, honestly, but I'm not going to bet against them with how good they've looked. For me, I would lean Steelers plus 5.5. These Steelers are probably the best team in the league. They're so fucking good. I don't know how you can fade them. But the same goes for the Eagles. It's too hard to fade, too even in skill. Bills and the Lions. So I am on the Lions minus 2.5 because I am a Bills hater. The Lions and the Steelers, in my opinion, 2 best teams in football. The Eagles, they're good, but I'm not sold yet. The Bills, I think, are not good at all. Okay, let me rephrase, because you guys hate when I talk shit about the Bills. I am not impressed with them. They have the easiest schedule in all of football. They are luckier than hell. They find themselves in these horrible situations constantly, and then fucking what's the name gets out there? The fucking quarterback wants to go running the ball all the damn time. I know his name, just can't think of it off the top of the head. Like every video. The point is, guys, there is just absolutely no way I'm backing the Bills. I can't do it. You guys saw I took the Rams over the Bills last game, and we hit that bet. Here, I'm taking the Lions to beat them. The Lions are the better team. They should dominate the Bills. Bills ain't played nobody. So give me, just give me the Lions minus 2.5. I'm happy to take it. I'm not sold on the Bills. Next, Colts and the Broncos. By the way, guys, I would take Lions 2.5 versus anybody. They're the best team in the league. I'd take it versus the Eagles, the Steelers, anyone. I would take the Lions at 2.5. This is the only team that I instantly back anytime, no matter what. Colts and the Broncos. Broncos minus 5. This should be a fucking blowout, guys. These games you can count. I think the Lions win. When you have the Colts and the Broncos minus 5. I just think this is a complete and utter blowout. I think the Broncos win by 17. I don't think there's any way first of all, the Broncos' biggest problem all season was their offense. That offense has caught fire. Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton looking like Tom Brady and Randy Moss out there. And the Broncos have an excellent defense too. I mean, they're so good. I don't think the Colts can move the ball, can't run, can't pass. Broncos do anything they want. Broncos probably run up a fucking score on them. It should be a blowout. I will be doing a lotto where I probably take the Broncos to win by like 14 and parlay it with something else. But yeah, Broncos by 5 is an easy lock. One of my favorite plays. Patriots and the Cardinals, just Cardinals minus 6 because the Patriots are insta-fade. They're 3-10 on the year. Cardinals are 6-7. Cardinals have a good offense, underrated defense. They're a solid team. They're very like average team. They're pretty good. They're solid. I'm on the Cardinals by 6. Next, Packers and the Seahawks to end the night. Seahawks had one good game, guys. I'm not sold on them. Not going to back them because they went out there and busted ass the other day. No way. They fucking suck. Last time I said this, they came out there and fucking dominated, but Seahawks suck. Give me the Packers. They're a much better team, and I think the Packers blow them out. So Packers by a field goal is where I have to be, all right? So what are my final plays today and my parlays? Let's go ahead and take a look here, and I'm going to get y'all out of here. My plays that I locked: Bengals minus 5.5. Jameis Winston 250 plus passing. Browns team total over 18.5. Commanders team total over 26.5. Kamara over 70 rushing yards. Jaden Daniels 225 passing. Terry McLaurin 70 receiving yards. Cowboys and Panthers. I'm on Dowdle over 80 rushing. Hubbard over 80 rushing. CeeDee Lamb over 70 receiving. Jets and the Jags. Aaron Rodgers 225 plus passing yards. Lions by a field goal. Colts and the Broncos. Broncos by murder, but minus 5 for the line. This line is so fucked up. Show some respect to these Broncos. Patriots, Cardinals. Cardinals minus 6, and the Packers and Seahawks. I'm on the Packers by a field goal. Parlays. Aaron Rodgers 250. Jaden Daniels 250 at plus 556. Alvin Kamara, 80 rushing, and Rico Dowdle, 90 rushing at plus 560. And lastly, and probably my favorite one, Terry McLaurin at 90 and CeeDee Lamb at 90 receiving at plus 875. Free Discord link in the description. Let's get out here. Let's get a bag and let's absolutely crack these folks.